There's my boy 8. I always know you're gonna be the first comment, bro. Welcome in, buddy. I hope you're doing well. What's up, Conflict? I'm running just a tad bit behind. Haven't fully checked the projections yet. Hope everybody is doing fantastic today. Oh, 8, I'm very sorry to hear that, brother. I know that's a very tough thing, brother. I'm very sorry. I'm here for you if you need anything at all. I know you guys haven't seen Dungy in the Discord in a while. He's actually going through the same thing, brother. So, if you need anything, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to him. We'll help you the best we can, buddy. I hate hearing that, man. I really do. He is, man. He had to go to the hospital today because he's got the flu. I think that's what I had, and I think I accidentally gave it to him, to be honest. But he's gonna be fine. Thank you for checking, buddy. Give everybody a couple minutes to get in here, and then we'll start. Got so freaking much injury news today that we're not gonna have till well after lock, guys. So need you guys to keep up to date with the news that drops, and if you want, if you're new here, join our Discord. It's completely free. It's linked below in the description of the stream, and I at everyone when we have some kind of crazy news drop. I'll say, hey, so and so ain't playing, this is the best play now from that game. I just want to help you guys make money, man. I didn't realize Sam Hauser was going to look this good. Oh, did they finally confirm he's out? That's right. I told you guys in the Discord like 45 minutes ago. I'm projecting Harden out. We finally got the news. There we go. Now we got Curry that we gotta kind of predict, and we got Embiid that we gotta predict. I think we're chilling, and Draymond. I think we're on the right side of this one today, fellas. I don't think Clowney plays. I seen that injury. It was pretty bad. I'm almost done, fellas, then we'll start. And of course, Claxton's still grading out phenomenally, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with that. Ayton looks good, but never okay with playing Ayton. He always scares me, especially with all their bigs in now. I don't think he has to play near as many minutes now. Yep, well, there you go, Prince. Clowney's out. Like I just said, I expected him to sit. That injury was pretty rough. What's up, Chubbs? How's it going, guys? We're about to hop into it. I was just giving everybody a minute to get in here. just looking at the news on my phone. It always comes across my phone first before it does the computer for some reason. Something else just came across. What's that? Oh, that's for tomorrow. Let's get into it though, guys. At point guard. Who's gonna start for Harden now? Chris Dunn, right? I'm sure LineStar doesn't have it updated yet. They don't. Chris Dunn's already started, so it's got to be KCP unless they want to roll out. Not KCP, KJP. Kevin or KPJ. Jesus, I'm killing the acronyms today. Kevin Porter Jr. or they may even roll out Bones. I think Bones looks really, really good. I was liking him earlier, but if he for some reason was to start, why is he not even on here? Where's Bones Highland? Is my mind not working? Oh. Got him X'd out on LineStar for some reason. That'll change. We'll revisit the Clippers, but let's start at point guard. Got 12 years. I don't want to stall anymore. Derek White looks great. Not the best matchup here, but I really like Derek. No Brown, no Porzingis. His usage rate goes through the roof. Him and Tatum both. I'm going to be severely over the field on Derek White today, and they're at 29%. I will probably have north of 40% of Derek White today. I love him. Dennis Schroeder. Yeah, I agree, Chubbs. I agree. Dennis Schroeder looks solid. I am projecting Curry to set. I don't have any kind of insider knowledge. That's just the way I'm playing the slate because I don't think we get the news before lock. And I think it's safer to play projecting him to set. But with that said, I love Dennis today. He has played like dog water since getting to Golden State. But I think this is a perfect turnaround game for him. A game where if there's no Curry out there, he's going to be in command of things. It's risky, but I'm taking it tonight. Terry Rozier coming back from his suspension. Don't mind him at all against the Pacers. Was starting to get pretty good minutes. Against Houston, played 38 minutes before he decided to get suspended. We know I got some kind of news on my phone. What do we get? That's more news for tomorrow. We don't care about that. What's up, Don? Tyrese Maxey. We know he's going to look great if Embiid sets. Still don't mind him if Embiid's in. Of course, his usage takes a hit, but 8,600 is just cheap for Maxey, a player of his upside. I think Drew, if you cannot afford Derek White in your builds, I really like Drew today. I will probably have a lot more Drew than I want, just because he's going to fit my builds better today. I'm going to have a lot of Tatum and LeBron lines, and that's going to take a significant chunk of salary. So I really like Drew today. Gonna have a bunch of him. Tyler Hero's solid. I don't ever really mind playing Hero. He's been pretty consistent over his last 3 games. 49, 45, 39 fantasy points. This is a solid matchup against the Pacers. Don't mind if he falls into my lines at all. As you guys can see, Chris Dunn was already grading out well for me. My projections haven't updated. When they do, we'll talk about it. But with no Harden now, he's going to look phenomenal at 5K. Like, I'm probably going to get a lot more of him. Well, maybe not. I know he's going to kind of make Terry Rozier obsolete. Because my projections are just going to have Chris Dunn as so much better of a value than Terry is. I think Nembhard's fine. You know, when he's out there, he's going to play just a ton of minutes, so I don't mind him. Peyton Pritchard, he's pretty much always in my player pool, but when you get a Celtic out of the starting lineup, much less 2, you know he's going to play 30 plus minutes today. I'm all over it. Sign me up. SGA's fine, but I never play a blowout, but man, the Clippers without Harden facing OKC, I don't see a way they can keep this game close. SGA may not play the entire 4th quarter. Now that's just hyperbole. I can't speak today, but I just can't get the SGA for 11-2 on this slate when I got guys like LeBron and Tatum on the board, just in much better positions. Even Giannis, I know that game should be a blowout too, but just 11-2 is up there. Are we getting more news? No, my phone lit up. I didn't know. I think Mike Conley's fine. I think I got him a little under projected. He can lay some duds on you, but this should be a competitive, very fun game to watch. And he's going to have to be on his game if they want to compete with Boston, who I consider one of the best teams in the NBA. I think Cason Wallace is fine. He should get plenty of run. Last game, he played 32 minutes, 31 minutes the game before that. And I kind of feel like Cason is a blowout-proof player. He's going to be on the court whether they're winning or by 1 point or by 30. D'Lo should start. If you want to roll the dice and play some D'Lo, be my guest, but I'm not there today. I know he went off yesterday in his return to Brooklyn, facing Toronto. I know Milwaukee struggles against guards, but I just can't, in good faith, play D'Lo. I may have a very small sprinkle of him in MME, but that's about it. 6,400's just that's a hard pill to swallow on D'Lo. He is projected to be 12% owned too, which I think is just crazy high. Steph Curry, if he plays, I have no interest. I'm taking him out of my player pool though. You just seen me do it. Dante DiVincenzo, don't mind him. Has been playing a lot more minutes lately. They're relying on his shot a lot more. And against OKC, I told you, I like him in this game. This was back on December 31st because he's played more minutes and they're relying on his scoring, even though it's a tough defensive matchup. And he come out in that game and he played 30 minutes. He did let us down, only scoring 20 fantasy points, but he shot 3 for 10. DiVincenzo's a sniper, and he's not always going to shoot 3 for 10. So if you think his shot's going to fall, I think he's a fine piece to play. After DiVincenzo, it is just 150 max MME players for me, though. I know some guys in the Discord were asking about Cam Thomas. I can't in good faith play him. He played 25 minutes on December 29th and hasn't played in a single game since November 25th since then. I think he plays 25 minutes today, but he's just so reliant on that shot. Sam Hauser or Duncan? It is Sam Hauser for me today, Adam. He's grading out as one of my best values on the board. Moving over to 2 guard, we've already talked about Derek White. Austin Reeves, I love him today. This guy, his past 3 games, 53, 52, 60 fantasy points. And tonight we're taking the biggest usage monster on the team off the court. I love Austin Reeves today. Gonna be all over him. I want all the Austin Reeves I can get in my lineups. One of my personal favorite plays today. Talked about Dennis Schroeder, Paul George. So, if Embiid sets, Paul George is gonna win somebody a tournament. I'm gonna have a lot of Paul George tonight. But if Embiid plays, 7,300 is still insanely cheap for Paul George. It just is. I love some Paul George tonight. I'm going to have a ton of him. Max Christie's grading out great for me. He's going to start. Should get a minute extra or 2 tonight. Really don't mind some Max Christie in a pretty easy matchup. We talked about Terry Rozier. Norm Powell. My projections haven't updated yet, but they're going to love him. I love Norm. I hate the matchup. I would personally try to get $100 extra to get to Paul George. If you can't, I think Norm Powell's fine. But this is just a tough matchup. It's one in which I would prefer the Clippers' value players to a guy like Powell or Zubac. We talked about Drew. We talked about Hero. We talked about Chris Dunn. He's going to look great. His projection, it still hasn't updated. Nembhard, talked about him. I think Ant is interesting, but just the way he's been playing this year, I can't roster him above a guy like LeBron or Tatum. Just give me Tatum on the other side. But if you think he's going to play up to the competition in an important, very good basketball game, then sure. I think Dalton Connect's getting a little bit overlooked. This guy was balling earlier in the year, and he's kind of been relegated back to that bench role. Should get an extra couple minutes today, and at 4,600, why not? A couple of MME lineups, you know? Middleton's fine. I always hate playing him because of his minutes limit, but he did play 31 minutes last game out, so maybe that minutes limit's gone. Maybe it's gone. Don't mind him. Dougie Robinson's fine. Guy's been playing really well lately. Don't mind Duncan. Lou Dort's fine. Don't mind him. But everybody else after DiVincenzo's just MME for me. Benedict Mathurin, just fine. I would just prefer to play Andrew Nembhard for cheaper though. Move over to small forward. Core piece for me today, LeBron James. He's going to be completely chalky today, but he's one of those good chalk pieces. I can't get away from Bron today. I mean, no AD on the floor. Whoa. How do you avoid playing LeBron? You don't. You play him. It's good chalk. We talked about Reeves, Tatum, also a core piece for me today. I looked at the usage rates and their stats. Without Brown, without Porzingis on the floor, Tatum averages like 38 real points per game. Should be an absolute monster tonight. Minnesota's nothing to be scared of on the defensive end. It's ranking 12th against power forward, small forward. Tatum's not your average power forward, small forward. He's one of the best in the NBA. Sam Hauser looking phenomenal now. I actually had to move his projection down because of how much of him I was getting. Gonna have a ton of him. Just a great value piece today. Should see plenty of minutes. 4,300. Smash spot for him. Love him. Denny. There's going to be no Jeremy Grant, so Denny should be able to take the reins tonight against the Lakers. Don't mind him, not at all. We know Denny's got the upside when he gets some minutes and just decides to take over the game. Tonight will be a night where he's probably going to have to do that if they want to remain competitive in this game. Talking about Paul George, I think Rui Hachimura is a fantastic play as well if you get there. I want to limit myself to only having 3 Lakers in my lineup, and I'm not sure Rui will fit that last piece. It's going to be LeBron and Reeves, and then probably Christie or Rui, whichever one fits. But Christie's cheaper, probably fits better. But if you land on Rui, I don't mind it. I like him. Talking about Norman Powell, Caleb Martin, he looks great, especially if Embiid misses. I told you on yesterday's show, Caleb Martin looks great when Embiid's not in the lineup. Yesterday, dropped 36 fantasy points. I mean, don't mind him, especially if Embiid misses. Let me get a drink here. My throat's getting scratchy. Make sure you guys like the video, hit the sub button. We do these shows almost every day. J. Will, I mean, he's fine. I don't mind J. Will, but this game, I don't like this game. I really don't. Cam Thomas's ownership is too high, whatever it is. It's 7%. But Jalen Williams, he's fine. I just think this game's going to be a blowout, man. I only want really the cheaper players. So we were talking about this in my Discord, and this is going to be a very intriguing thing to watch tonight. Are the Lakers going to run with Dorian Finney-Smith at the 5 and play small ball, or are they going to run out Jackson Hayes? Because Dorian Finney-Smith played all the backup big minutes last game against Cleveland. He played 20 minutes. Pretty much if AD wasn't on the court, DFS was. He done nothing in those 20 minutes. I mean, I don't really like playing DFS at all. But if he's going to start and play 30 plus minutes, he might become intriguing. Julius Randle's ownership is 12%. I think Andrew Wiggins is fine, but I would prefer to get to Kuminga. But Kuminga's 900 more. Yeah, that's true, Chubbs. They definitely can. Moving down the line here, I keep losing my spot. I think Shaedon Sharp is fine. He's been playing pretty well recently. Had a down game against Philly on the 30th, but outside of that, he had a nice little dominant run. Don't mind some Shaedon Sharp today. Kind of a lower, well, I guess he's not low on, 15%. Damn, people are on him. Are you serious? DFS was in the winning lineup last night? How was DFS in the winning lineup last night when the Lakers didn't play last night? Anyway, sorry. I was just racking my brain if the Lakers played last night and they didn't. Kuminga looks fantastic. If Curry misses Kuminga, you want to get to some Kuminga. I mean, I want him anyway because dude's just been so dominant. But if are you talking about D'Lo, engineer? I think you're talking about D'Angelo Russell. We're talking about Dorian Finney-Smith. But Kuminga, dude's been on a tear. You want to get to him, especially if Curry sits. Talked about most of these guys. Cam Johnson, no thank you tonight, not with Thomas back. And everybody else just MME plays for me. I do think Jalen Wilson could look intriguing if he plays 31 minutes again tonight because of Clowney being out. But he's only a 0.47 fantasy point per minute producer. Oh, you're good, engineer. That's who they traded DFS and D'Lo for. So I understand the mix-up. We talked about LeBron, now we got my next core piece. You guys have heard it here before if you've been a watcher of the show. Trayce Jackson-Davis is a core piece. Wow, what a surprise. I mean, I've only cored him like 5 times in the past week. But when are they gonna raise his price? I say it every time, he's only 5,900 still. Has met value in 6 straight games. Over 40 fantasy points in 2 straight games. And I think he should continue to dominate today. And here's my kitty cat. He loves being on camera. But I love Trayce Jackson-Davis today. He's a core piece for me. I can't get away from him. Dude's just too good. Too good for $5,900. Locking him in tonight. That is wild, 8. But on the very small chance that one of those 2 guys shit the bed, your cash money, brother. We talked about most of these guys. Yaba Sule, he looks fantastic. If Embiid sits, Embiid plays, not so interested. Played 30 minutes last night. Didn't do shit with him, only scored 17 fantasy points. That's pretty abnormal for him, though. I don't expect a repeat of that. Excuse me, guys. Talk about most of these guys. Julius Randle, who 8 was asking about, I really like tonight. Not sure how much I'm going to get to because of the way I'm building, but I really like Randle. They don't really have anybody that can bangle Randle down low. I mean, Al Horford's old, right? God, sorry guys, I don't know what's wrong with my throat. Talked about pretty much everybody else. Draymond's questionable. Now he's probable. Just kind of is what it is. Like, if I get him, fine. If not, no big deal. Giannis ain't had a good ceiling game in forever because homie hasn't played since... Well, I guess he played on the 31st, but before that he hadn't played since the 20th. It's just a lot harder with Middleton playing 30 plus minutes now and Dame back for him to reach that ceiling, because those guys demand so much usage themselves. Moving down the line here though, Giannis, I'm never going to tell you not to play Giannis. I mean, we're just talking about it. If you want to play him, rock him. Rock him. Kuminga, I told you I love. Naj Reid, super intriguing to me. Gobert's just been so cheeks this year. Naz has had to play a ton. I told you on December 31st, I thought he was a solid play because Gobert's so trash. He played 33 minutes in that game, scored 38 fantasy points. So definitely okay rocking Naz again. Jaden McDaniels is fine. Like, I'm not happy about getting to him, but if I do, it's just like, okay. Everybody else really MME only. Giannis's ownership is 13%. Actually higher than I thought it would be. Yeah, Don, it has. At center, I'll say it again because I just said it last night. Nick Claxton's grading out as the best center for me. Told you guys yesterday I had him projected for 33 fantasy points. He scored 34. I mean, that was enough. He exceeded value. I'm probably going to be playing him again. Brook Lopez is a solid defender, and I just hope Nick Claxton don't get pissed off and fight the water boy or something and get ejected. If you don't want to risk it with Claxton, though, I think Horford's a solid value at only 5,100. Solid value. Outside of Claxton and Horford, though, they're definitely going to be my most owned, without a doubt. But then it would be Ayton and Bam. Everyone else, though, is just MME only for me. Truly. They are. Kitty, can you leave me alone? I'm trying to work. Crazy cat. Okay, so it looks like KPJ's salary or projection increase. Let's take a look at that. That's who Linestar thinks is going to start too. So, if my cat will move, I know y'all can't see her, or him. Let's take a look at the Clippers. KPJ and Chris Dunn gonna look fantastic. Yeah, they do. They do. And there's Bones. Alright. So with that, it's time to give the core. Yeah, I'm probably going to have a lot of KPJ, honestly, 8. Him or Dunn, one of the two, will fall into a lot of my lineups tonight. But for the core, I got to give the first piece to the guy who's been Mr. Reliable for us, Trace Jackson Davis. Then I'm going to go with LeBron and Mr. Tatum. Austin Reeves at the shooting guard is next. Excuse me. No, not at small forward. Why did it do that? Then my last core piece is going to be a little bit of value in here. It's going to be Sam Hauser. Now, with that said, we're just talking about it. I really like the Clippers value pieces. But let's run this, see what we get. I'm going to post it in the Discord. If you guys aren't members of our Discord, it's linked in the chat and it's linked down below in the description of the video. Completely free, and you can ask me any kind of questions you have in there. Late swap news is super important. I always post in there, and I try to, try to help you guys out. If we get a late swap that is important, I'll let you guys know about it. But let's run this. I'm gonna post the core in the Discord. My cat will not leave me alone. Oh boy, look what we're getting here. Hang on, I gotta type this up. I can't be salivating over my lineups. There we go. That is posted in the Discord. Also, Average Guy 22, welcome to the Discord, buddy. I appreciate you joining. But yeah, my cat watches basketball with me, guys. My wife Deanna there, she'll tell you, she thinks it's the funniest thing in the world. He'll just sit here on my desk and watch basketball with me. But this first lineup we get, I'm in love with this. I love every piece of this lineup. And you might say, yo, you love Day'Ron Sharpe? I actually do today. He's not my preferred pick, but I'm happy running him. He is a fantasy point per minute monster and should get more run today. We already know that Clowney is out. We know Sharpe is the backup to Claxton, who gets into foul trouble a lot, who gets ejected a lot. Sharpe could absolutely play 20 plus minutes today easily, and he's a 1.26 fantasy point per minute, so I'm loving this first line here. Some reason you don't want to rock Sharpe? I think the second line's solid too. You get Dunn, you get Dennis Schroeder, you get the core, you get Claxton. I like how we're heading with our builds today. I really, really do. Like what we're cooking here. KPJ's ownership is 30% right now. I knew it would be high. And math is 7%. Let's move over to DK. Kitty, come on now. You're making it hard to work here. These people are trying to win money, not watch me fight with you all over my desk. Alright, there we go. So now we're on DK. I'm just going to breeze through the positions here. You guys know how it works. Then give the core. But Kevin Porter Jr. is a core piece on DK at only 4,100. Just insanely too cheap. And other point guards I like. D'Lo looks good at only 5,200. Austin Reeves, love the pay up spot for him here. Chris Dunn, if you don't want to get to KPJ, Chris Dunn's fine. You got the Catwin. Dude, I don't know what's up with him. He's just crawling all over me and my desk while I'm trying to work here. We got the Heat starting lineup. Hero, Robinson, Butler, Highsmith, Adebayo. I know there's some Duncan Robinson fans in my chat. I think Drew looks great at 4,900 as well. Over at the 2 guard, D'Lo is just hard to avoid tonight at only 5,200. Chris Dunn's fine. Still loving Paul George over here. Yeah, I think so, D. Small forward, Kamara is grading out way better than I thought he would, but with no Grant, I can see where it's coming from. Rui looks great too. Tatum, he's still a core piece over on DK though. Where'd he go? There he is. Oh, it didn't lock him. There it is. Power forward, Kuminga looks insane on DK. Really like him. Naj Reid looks awesome. I love some Naj Reid today. LeBron still looking fantastic over here. And I'm not going to include LeBron in the core, but there's your extra core piece for joining the show. It would be LeBron. Give him a little like there. At center, you guys know it's Trace Jackson Davis. I love my boy. I can't leave him out. We need one more core piece. I'm not going to make it LeBron. I ain't going to make it that easy. I want to make it Day'Ron Sharpe, but for 2 days in a row, I've gave you guys dual center builds on DK, and I don't want to do that again. So it's going to be D'Lo at the 2 guards, but don't like him on FanDuel, but the price difference you get over on DK is just hard to avoid. So let's build that and see what we get. Fun fact, D'Lo was core yesterday, even not starting for DK, and I took him out of my single entry build and replaced him with Miles McBride after the slate had started. Yeah, that was tough to stomach. Very tough to stomach. I mean, I'm loving the builds we're getting here. Like, while I'm typing this up, I'm looking and like, this is great. This first lineup. You get Reeves, you get LeBron, you get Tatum, my 3 favorite plays today. Trace, I mean, he's part of the core, but one of my favorite plays today. The only questionable guy here is Derrick Jones Jr. Oh, but he's 3,500 on DK, so yes, please. This second lineup here, I don't get Austin Reeves in it, but I get Ayton, I get Naj Reid. Really like some Naj Reid over on DK too, boys. Really, really like him. I just like the way we're going today, gents. Lowest own of Celtics guards. Good question. Derek White's 36, Drew Holiday 24, and Peyton Pritchard at 9%. I guess I didn't look at the 2 guard, but I think they're all the same. Yeah, I thought so. I'm so sorry if you guys hear my kids in the background. They're being so loud. Dennis, Bones, Derek White, Reeves, Sam Hauser. Don't mind that at all, Chubbs. I will say I prefer Bones over on DK, but I think he's still a streamable option over on FanDuel, brother. I really do. I'm probably not going to be running him in a single entry, but I think I will have a couple shares in my 150 maxes. But yeah, I don't mind that build at all. I really don't. I think that's solid. Well, I drank all my Gatorade, so you guys might have to put up with a scratchy throat. Some coughing. But this is the part of the show where I'm just going to be working on my builds, and if you guys have questions, that's what I'm here for. That is what I'm here for. I am here to help you guys out. Lowry, if he starts, Kyle is never really on my radar. Doesn't look like he is tonight either. Yeah, I probably couldn't play Kyle Lowry tonight. Without question, with what we know right now, Chubbs, it's Derek White. If we got news before lock that Embiid was out, it would be Paul George. So you guys build away, and I am here for you guys. Yeah, KPJ was 30%. Norm is 7%, but that will definitely increase 8. We want players to get 30 fantasy points on average. No, Don. No, it's relative to their price, brother. So, Porter, Nembhard, Tatum, Reed, Trace, Russell, Denny, James. I like that, Jose, I do. So it's relative to their price, right? So what I look for is I look for 5.5 times value. So 5.5x value. If we look at Nick Claxton here, he's averaging 5.5 value. And it would require 31.41 fantasy points for him to get that. But it would require less for Al Horford because he costs less. Cock is a junior Harden with the ball. I have no clue what that means, Don. Kuminga is at 12%. I think that's a little low. I think he'll come in higher than that. And Scoot is 4%. Which I will say, and you can just take this with a grain of salt, I have seen a couple other touts on Scoot today. So he may come in a little more owned than that. I wish I would have waited to give my core out. I'm just going to give it to you guys for free for being in the show. Kevin Porter Jr.'s core for me. I rerun my projections. He's just by far my most owned player. I can't get away from him. And I'm honestly okay with it. Norm Powell looking great too. Wouldn't add him into the core. I'm just throwing it out there. He's looking awesome. Caleb is 20% right now. He had a good game last night, and I think that's putting a lot of people on Caleb. Excuse me. We're getting some kind of news here. What do we got? Celtics starting Holiday, White, Sam Hauser, Tatum, and Horford. Pacers starting Halliburton, Nembhard, Mathurin, Siakam, Turner. Wolves starting Conley, Anthony Edwards, McDaniels, Randall, and Gobert. Lower owned Ant or Julius? Let's take a look. Hazer Sharp on FanDuel. Sharp for me. I think he's just so much safer. Anthony Edwards is 9%. And Randall is 6%. And I would much prefer Randall if it were me, buddy. I really would on a slate like today. If you were to full punt on center, I would highly suggest Dayron Sharp. If it were me. If it were me, I would highly suggest Dayron Sharp. Oh, I'm sorry, Chubbs. I just seen what you said here. Dennis Highland White or Dennis KPJ Holiday? Dennis KPJ Holiday for me. I think it's just safer for you. I do like Bones, but you got to understand that Bones is super risky today. God, I'm getting so much Dayron Sharp at center, guys. On FanDuel. It's kind of scary. Like, I just ran my lineups and I got 50% of Dayron Sharp. $50%. I had to manually lower that. 4,000 what I have left to put on any position, Jack. Can you help me out? Well, I know you're on DK, so I'm going to go by the utility position because any position, util. $4,000, your best bet is going to be the guy I've been talking about, Dayron Sharp. I think he has the highest ceiling for you, buddy. Dayron Sharp. If you only got $4,000 on DK, that's where I would go with it, pal. I'm probably going to have Dayron Sharp in my single entry DK build, just so you know. I don't blame you for pivoting off Hayes. It's just very scary. I think they're going to try to run small tonight. I don't think it's going to work, but if I knew for a fact Hayes was starting, I would like him. But I don't know for a fact that he's starting. Is Christie a decent pivot off KPJ, or should I stick with KPJ? I really think after running my sims in the background, you should stick with KPJ. He is literally popping off the screen. He's just I think that's some chalk that you should probably eat, brother. I really do. I got you, Jose. I really like that. That lineup, Jose, has so much upside. I mean, yes, you've got to run the question mark of D'Angelo Russell, but I made him core for a reason. He's just grading out so well. And then Nembhard, that's really your only two question marks. And I don't even think that Russell's that big of a question mark because I made him core. And, of course, if Nembhard hits, I think you're solid there. So I really like what you're cooking up there, buddy. Dennis KPJ White Reeves Bowser. I really like that, Chubbs. Really like that. I'm fairly certain when I do my final build on DK, I'm gonna have Dayron Sharp. So I like what you're cooking there, buddy. I know this is going to sound crazy, but for my $50 single entry, I may be running Dayron Sharp. On FanDuel. Curry not starting today. I am leaning that Curry is out today. Done. I think Curry is out. I have no kind of insider knowledge. That's just the way I'm building and preparing for. If he's in, it doesn't change a lot for me, though. Better get my act together. Only 9 minutes till lock. Guys, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It just helps so much. If you're new here, join our Discord. You can add me at any time in there, and I'm happy to help you with any kind of questions you guys have. Got 7 minutes to lock, guys. You got questions, get them in. Of course, 8. Like I said, if you need anything, brother, you reach out. Hauser or Duncan Robinson? I like Hauser more as a value aspect, but I think Duncan Robinson does have great upside. So I think you're fine playing either one, Spencer. If you want to look at it from a pure ownership, uh, point of view, I mean, it's gonna be Duncan. But I think you're much safer rocking Hauser. What's the thought on Russell Cam Thomas? It depends on what site you're playing, because I love Russell on DK, don't like him at all on FanDuel. And I'm gonna not have any Cam Thomas today. Of course, Spencer. My build just had $1,300 left over on DK, and I want to puke, but I liked it. Shy, Tatum, or Braun on DK for utility. If I only had to pick one, it's LeBron. If I'm just picking one, it's Braun. I can almost guarantee he has the highest projection of those three. Him and Tatum are neck and neck, but Braun's 9,900 compared to Tatum's 5,400, so Braun grades out as a better value. So it's Braun. KPJ's ownership will be through the roof. I'm playing him, it's chalk I'm eating. Right now it's 42%. I replied to your message in Discord too, Jose. Yeah, it's big, but I think it's just good chalk you gotta eat today. Dunn's ownership is 18%. I think it'll be around 20. Two minutes to lock. 2 minutes. You guys need anything? Please, please, please at me. Let me know. There we go. 318 entries have been updated. Got mine in. Let's let it be a good day, gents. Let's win some money again. Syndicate has been on a roll lately. Hachimura or Russell? Depends what site you're on, Don. I know you like to play on DK. On DK, it's Russell. On FanDuel, it's Rui Hachimura. I think it's definitely a fine play 8. I actually just looked at my lineups. A lot of them I got both. Honestly, I had a lot of lineups with both. I think they're both good plays. KPJ is grading out better though. I will leave you guys with this. Thank you, Ada. I will let him know. I will leave you guys with this. If we get news that Embiid is ruled out, do whatever you can to get Paul George or Tyrese Maxey into your lineups. And we are about to be locked. Alright, gentlemen, we are locked. I can't say thank you guys enough. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. Like the video, subscribe. We do these shows almost every day. Join our Discord. You can ask me any questions you have in there when I'm not live. And I appreciate you guys again. I love you. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Later.